Hey folks, hi Kat. I'm Lillian and you're watching This Is a Thing. Why do I want to have a YouTube channel? Primarily as a creative outlet. Having something that I need to consistently keep track of, something I need to consistently have updated, and I don't have to leave the house. That's a good thing for me. That's a thing that makes me happy. I like that. 2, because it means I get to do something with you, Kat. I think that that'll be good for us, and I think it'll be fun. And 3, I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel for a while. Now I have a reason to, so it's just sort of interest. Introduction, things about myself. You didn't really do this, Kat. You did mention that we're best friends for almost 11 years, and for 7 of those, we've lived over 800 miles apart. I feel like it's a testament to our friendship. I live in Albuquerque. Kat is currently studying abroad in France, so she's doing lots of fun European things. We are both in college. I have pets. I love my pets. Yesterday was National Cat Day. I have 2 cats and a cat that I'm fostering and a dog. So lots, all the animals. I am a poet and a writer. I'm an intersectional feminist. I'm awkward. I have social anxieties and weird things that I do. Oh, I'm queer. Normally that's first. So Halloween is tomorrow, and so a lot of people might think, oh, the topic for this video is going to be Halloween. And you're wrong. It's not. October is Queer History Month, and this week is Asexuality Education and Awareness Week. I'm going to talk about asexuality a little bit. Basic definition of asexuality is a lack of sexual attraction to other people. It does not indicate a person's romantic, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual attraction in any way. And there is a spectrum of asexuality. There's a spectrum of sexuality in general. It kind of functions as like a bell curve. And on one end, you have folks who sex is really, really important to them. It plays a really primary role in their lives. Then you have the majority of people who fall somewhere in the middle, right? Because we have the bell curve, so we have most people are sexual. And then on the other end, you have the asexuality side, and then you have individuals who don't experience sexual attraction at all. And then you have people who are kind of in the gray area. So it's the area in between asexual and sexual. And within that area, you have folks who identify as demisexual. Demisexual is defined as somebody who doesn't experience sexual attraction until they have a strong emotional or romantic connection with another person. Just to kind of clarify, there are 6 main different types of attractions: sexual, romantic, emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical. Typically speaking, for sexual people and for the majority of society, we talk about sexual and physical attraction as the same thing. We think about them as the same thing, but there are plenty of occurrences where they're not actually talked about as the same thing. One of the really basic examples of this is straight women who comment on other straight women and how beautiful they are, but are not attracted to them in a sexual way. I say to Kat, for example, who I do not have sexual feelings for, but I appreciate as a human being, I say, wow, you look really beautiful today, or you are so gorgeous, whatever. I'm not saying, hey, let's go have sex, but I am appreciating, I'm physically attracted, right? Physically, but not sexually. And so for a lot of asexual people, they experience all the other 5 types of attraction, just not sexual attraction. And then again, for demisexual people, generally they experience emotional and romantic, all the other types of, the 5 other types of attraction. And then sometimes when they have a strong emotional or romantic connection with somebody, they experience sexual attraction. Society teaches us that people are sexual, and that if you're not sexual, there's something wrong with you, but that's not true. There are tons of people who fall somewhere on the asexuality spectrum, and that's okay. So there are some links below to websites and organizations and things to get more information. The asexual community has a lot to teach us, not only about themselves, but a lot of language to give and information to share. In this week that is Asexuality Awareness and Education Week, I highly encourage you to click on the links below to look into what asexuality is and to educate yourselves, because even if you're not asexual, if you don't know anybody who's asexual, if you're not queer, doesn't matter. It's important to know these things. So I talked more than I had planned to, but asexuality is really important. It's important to know about. It's important to understand other people's identities and their lives, and to validate those by knowing about them. So I encourage you to do that. I look forward to talking to you all next week. Bye, everybody.